Okay, this is take 3. I really hope the audio is working. This is the area I was describing with the slight imperfections. You can see a little bit right there. I'm not sure how well the camera will pick it up in this light with the glare. And then there's a little bit on this side, but I mean, they're tiny little scratches. They're not bad at all. I mean, barely noticeable and easily replaceable if you wanted to pick up a couple of these plastic dash pieces from somebody who's parting out. So real quick, the fast key not only opens the doors in the trunk in the way that I showed on the video, but it also has a plastic piece, so you don't actually have to put a key into the car. Although this plastic key does come out, you press those buttons and there's a key slot for a regular key. And the regular key is on the back of the key fob. You press and hold that over and you could slide that key out. So if this key fob dies or the battery dies or whatever for some reason, you can still start the car without it. So to use it, you just press it in and turn it on like any normal car. And the gear selector, I'll run through that real quick. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, just like a standard automatic. This is the toggle switch that selects the transmission modes. In order to go to reverse, you have to pull up on this little sleeve, and then it goes right back into reverse. And the same in order to go down to drive. You don't need to pull the ring when you go from drive to neutral. That's the only time you don't need to pull the ring. In drive, this is the standard regular automatic mode. You can see the D here. On the dash, you can see normal, that's the transmission mode, and you see the D and the 1. You're in first gear, and the drive, the automatic mode. In order to go into fully manual mode, you just slide that over. Now you see the D is no longer lit up, and over here you don't have a D, you just have the 1 and the normal. In order to go to sport mode, you press up there, and it will show you right there on the dash, sport mode. In order to go to super sport, you have to be at a stop, not in park or drive necessarily. Hold it down. You just have to be at a stop. The vehicle has to be at a stop, and you can see super sport right there. Okay, I'm gonna go back into normal, which means I just press that twice to go through sport and back to normal, and automatic, and I will show you that mode first. In this mode, it drives just like a normal automatic transmission. Shifts very quickly. Even in normal mode, it shifts faster in sport and super sport mode, but the shift point is later, so it will, instead of shifting at 3,000 RPM at partial throttle, it'll shift at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM partial throttle. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the switch and go into sport mode, and you'll hear the difference in the shift points from where I just was. Still an automatic, just in the sport mode, later shift points. That's the same throttle position I was using in normal mode. So it's not me hitting the throttle harder or further. That's just the later shift points on the sport mode, and it'll keep you at a higher RPM. You'll hear it downshift as well, right there, more aggressively to keep your RPMs high, so it's very responsive. I'm gonna go into manual. I'm gonna slide the gear selector to the left, and I'm gonna use the paddles. The right paddle shift is the upshift. So to go from first to second, pull that paddle. It's nearly instant. Third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and sixth gear. And then the downshift, you just use the left paddle, or you can use the gear selector. I tend to use the paddles because I keep my hands on the wheel. Down to fifth gear, down to fourth gear, down to third gear, Actually, I'm going to go right. Still shifting with the paddles. Now I'm going to come to a complete stop. It's still in manual mode. I'm going to press and hold the toggle switch up. It's now in super sport mode. Not sure how well this is going to translate into the video. It just reacts a little bit quicker in super sport mode when you're in manual mode. In automatic mode, which I'm not even going to demo, it will not shift until you redline, basically. I mean, it will, but it will hold high RPM for a very long time, depending on your throttle position. So I'm not going to demonstrate that. Again, if you're in manual mode, and I was in second gear just then, I'm come to a stop, it puts me down in first. It's not going to hold second and stall me out or anything like staying in